On today's Minute of the Apes, got an injury? Try Dana's mortal wound repair. Simply put your hand on there and just rub it real good.
Divine bomb. They are the good human and the dead human. There is fire, there is smoke. Now fight like a minute of Apes. A minute of the Apes. A minute of the Apes. A minute of the Apes. Yeah!
Hello and welcome to Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast where we break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movies, 1 minute at a time. I'm Todd, sitting over there and just speaking, Sean in his Rick and Morty shirt, but rubbing it real good. That's Richard. How are we this morning?
Doing well. How are you?
Technical problems.
Well, Richard's Mac is not playing nice with him, so
Just randomly.
Decided to shit
Bizarre.
the bed. Yeah.
and you know that's the weird thing. So Sean, you walked away whenever he was looking at it. Control-Alt-Delete is the known thing on a Windows machine, and it's almost like I find this true of almost everybody that uses a Mac. You have to look up and go, what's the control version of it? Yeah, I guess it's still not doing anything for you.
No.
It's like it won't let him right click.
I'm restarting it again for a second time, which is weird.
Well,
turn
if
this
we have
mouse
to-
off and
See if that helps.
If that helps, yeah, just leave the mouse on.
When we in the break between the next, if we have to, we'll look for that Control-Alt-Delete. Maybe that might reset all of it.
I mean, I'm clicking. I'm looking at
Yeah.
that on my phone, but
Well, all Mac issues aside, Sean, tell us what's going on with minute 68.
All right, we're going to start minute 68 with Estella Warren exiting to the left and ends with Thade pulling a Peter Pan.
A Peter Pan. Wow. Okay, here it comes. Minute 68. Planet of the Apes.
You're hurt.
She's holding on pretty tight. The soldiers will head downstream until they find a crossing. We should move quickly. Where is he?
They crossed the river.
And he didn't stop them.
They were carried by horses.
Horses.
Our horses, sir.
As minute 68, we have an Oberon's worth of apes and humans, 2 displaced pods worth of humans and apes, wild humans, Ape City minus 2 gorillas, humans on the loose, and now an ape camp.
All right, so visually, Leo throws himself on some rocks. Estella comes up and does the weird idea that is, you have a wound, let me push on it.
Let me rub it for
seriously, that was like, what? You're hurt. Let me just get in there. And I'm like, ow, 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 ow.
Bitch, back off.
Get off me.
So then we get Ari and her major domo, or whatever you want to call him, kind of cuddling up weirdly. And then suddenly Atar is all the way back in ape camp.
Or Ape City or whatever.
Yeah, Ape City with Thade getting really pissed off at him. Nice moment, though, whenever we see the two of them going at it, and then Atar backs away before Thade turns right to that lens and looks very terrifyingly mad before, and then he jumps around. Not a lot of action, a lot of things, but by God, how can we start a minute without saying, how does this start as far as Leo acting?
You get your...
Here it comes. That man breathes back.
Marky Mark, master of the breathing acting.
And okay, he should be winded. He carried an ape across.
He
and
did.
Water
He
is
kinda
hard
got
to walk
drowned a little
through.
bit.
Yeah.
She did cover his face at times.
He
and
earned his deep breathing.
that
right
one
here.
pays off. Yes.
Yeah, but okay.
So if you're curious, there was actually a little more dialogue between Dana and Leo in this script, if it helps. But
I'm curious. Tell us.
Because, I mean, honestly, she comes over, rubs on the wound,
Which
and
does
says,
nothing.
It says you're hurt. And it's, I guess, a way of her kind of trying to say, I like you.
Mm-hmm.
Because
right?
she doesn't really do anything. That's all she does. Says, you're hurt. and that's it.
But up to this point, they haven't had a conversation about the fact that she likes him, and he hasn't given any indication that he likes her either.
Yeah.
In the same way that he recognizes that Ari likes him, but there's nothing that he and Dana have had to let us know other than she's like the attractive woman of the film, and he's the attractive guy out of ape makeup in a film. Anyway,
Is that a casting call thing? Is like
Yeah.
on the call sheet that day is attractive male and attractive female? And,
not an ape suit.
yeah.
I would probably answer that one.
Would you?
Yeah.
That's me. I got
know,
it.
Not an ape suit. So she goes, she hurt you, and Leo says he's hold on pretty tight. She begins to rub his shoulders slowly, deeply, was what that was supposed to be, not him rubbing on the wound, which we never saw Dana gouge his shoulder.
No.
Like the wound should have been on the face, but not the face, not the face.
not the moneymaker.
Dana goes, I know, I've seen the way she looks at you. Leo is supposed to reply, she's a chimpanzee. And Dana goes, a female chimpanzee.
Oh, yuck.
And Leo goes,
You know what they're saying?
Leo's
They're saying
freaked out.
Humans are fucked them.
Leo is freaked out by the conversation. Dana rubs harder. Ow. And Dana puts a pack on him and goes, these are goma leaves. And they're supposed to help? First, your body will tingle. Then you'll feel very dizzy. Leo looks at her confused. And if you don't start growing fur everywhere, you'll be healed. Remember when we joked about the fact that a 7th grader was writing this?
Yeah. I think it may have been. That's their idea of a love scene.
Well, this
Definitely
is
a horny 7th grader.
well, their equivalent of the love scene is if you look at 20 seconds, just Estella staring across, and then you get the cutback of Ari looking back at 21 seconds. Just like that's their equivalent of the love triangle.
I know, she's looking at him kind of like, huh. But Ari was actually the one who's supposed to say, the apes will head downriver till they find a crossing. We should keep moving, not crawl. But they gave the line to him, which I guess makes a little more sense. But I just love that she's got hair in her face. She's
But that
looking
look-
at him. Yeah.
I mean, I just saved your life, Ari. Calm down. Don't give me side eye.
I also find it weird that she turns away. It feels as though roughly 27 seconds when she turns that she's going to place her head on
his shoulder,
and
Yeah.
kind of be comforted.
Relax,
But they don't
yeah.
ever let it happen.
No.
They cut away from it so quickly, and then we're back in Ape City.
Yeah.
So we've literally got a thing that says we better get going. They're going to be after us. But hey, by the way, they've gone all the way back to Ape City.
We've gone
know, it's
from
funny.
Ape City to say warn the outpost that they're coming.
Yeah.
They've gotten to the outpost, but the humans are already there, and they've come back to Ape City.
How did Atar get all the way back out there just to hang out suddenly in front of Thade's thing? It makes no sense.
And then
no time has passed.
No.
Literally,
None.
literally
It's still night.
Leo,
It's
Leo
still
has
dark.
missed his people. Leo has missed everybody
It's
he's trying to
36
find
hours.
just based upon Atar's movements alone.
Why didn't they come to the camp?
Well, that would have been actually made more sense, right?
Because
Because you don't want to have Thade miss the catching Davidson. You want to have the second in command do it so that you have, no, I'll do it. You get the I'll do it myself moment.
right. So
No,
at 22 seconds, we get soldiers will head downstream until they find a crossing. And then right then, that's when it cuts.
A very calm, cold cut with no action whatsoever of Atar.
them getting up or
Atar standing out of a building that Thade's coming out of. Is that his father's funeral? I mean, is he coming from that? Like, where's Thade coming from?
Well, and I would find so much more plausibility were this Atar riding up on a horse into Ape City, like he's
Yeah,
come
just
back
now came-
to report.
showed up, yeah.
If you build in at least a shot of the humans scampering away, right? Then you go to a wide shot of the horse riding up. I would at least go, okay, you're trying to tell me there's a passage of time, but there is none. He's there, and then it cuts over. It's not just Atar there. His entire army
Is
is
it-
right,
yeah.
Ready to
there,
go.
assembled, ready to go. This should have been Thade coming as like, and as you said, I'll do it myself. You know, it's like bullshit to you. I've got it. I don't trust you anywhere. That now he kind of gets that when he snarls at him and looks back at the army. We kind of get that, but again, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
yeah. I mean,
I'd love to say that there's a lot more to break down.
oh wait,
in
there
this, but
was
it's a
something
crazy
really
moment.
cute. If you look at the beginning, when Atar is standing there,
Yeah,
he just kind of like fiddling his fingers
Yeah, he
nervously.
is.
Yeah, like, oh shit, I'm gonna get it now, aren't I?
Well, the script says he's coming from the ape headquarters. The script says about the head down river, exterior cliffs, punch into POV into the cliffs. 2 human males stare down at them from the shadows. Their faces have distinct tribal markings. We'll see them again as soon as they're spotted. They'll disappear. which we didn't see.
We didn't get any of that.
Right, and then we go to Ape Army.
And I'm assuming
Army
the
headquarters day. The troops are massed in City Square. HR stands at the entrance to the headquarters. Thade enters from inside. They walk and talk.
I'm assuming that the tribal scars are kind of like what the black guy has on his face.
Maybe.
I guess, but we didn't see any of that. And Thade goes, "Where is he?" And he goes, they crossed the river." And Thade's like, "You didn't stop them, and they were carried by horses." It's a weird. I don't know.
And then, to Sean's point about they're running on the beach and chasing the humans, why aren't they leaping? What's the first thing Thade does? He leaps.
He leaps 20 feet in the air. I mean, these apes should have been hopping, catching up to the humans a whole lot faster.
And that is actually what could be scary in this situation. We know they can do it, and they were closing in. Okay. Use Star Wars trench battle.
Uh-huh.
Vader and his people are closing in. Music's dun, 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 dun. It's closing. Mm-hmm. There's none of that here. It is simply, let's stop and talk. Let's do that. We don't. It would literally be like, Vader's in a TIE fighter. And by the way, he's just going to slow it down and go hang out over here on the Death Star. He's going to land. He's going to watch a little video of Padme.
No.
But this may be, to me, one of the worst moments as far as making any sense of what's going on, because again, you've just said there's a threat that they will come and follow us downstream until they can find a crossing,
and then you
don't
have that threat,
and you take the threat
them.
Completely away.
I also didn't really need the line about they got away on our horses. It really could have said, where is he? They crossed the river. Thade could have said, "Where are they heading?" And they're heading to Kalima. And then that could have made Thade go crazy because what his dad said.
Yeah.
Not that the apes were poorly organized or that Atar screwed up. I mean, I didn't need that weird, Michael Clark Duncan, looking up in the sky
I'm in trouble now.
And then Thade, turning to the side being angry.
Right.
Him saying Kalima could have made Thade angry. That's where they're going. And he's like, "Ugh."
So imagine after he has his moment with Daddy dying, if the first thing that if they'd inserted a shot of him frantic and angry, jumping on a horse and riding out of Ape City. We know he's riding out. Now, if you take that, he's got that information and he rides to the camp and he hears what you just said, that they're going to Kalima. It all comes together.
Right.
And suddenly you want to talk about impending doom that's coming to them, then it's there. But now Again, I've already said it. You take the threat entirely away.
They just have to say amass the army.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And then we can actually go back briefly to Ape City as we see the army amass as a soldier rides up, as a horse. That would make more sense than just cutting back to the city, not knowing an indeterminate amount of time has passed for Atar to get back there, and the army to already have massed. Right.
So my buddy that I wrote that screenplay with, who never really studied all this, but as we go along, and he'll say, "Wait, I get it. This scene is for the audience." He'll say that all the time. And a moment like this is for the audience when you're simply putting in him getting on a horse and going there. You're not telling a huge element of the story, but you're giving the audience propulsion and meaning, and you're setting situations up. It's literally like they did not give two shits about assembling a story that actually cohesively flowed. And again, it's cobbled together. It's got to be cobbled together. I mean, and again, 7th graders, maybe they did go to a 7th grade class and go, "Okay." Have you ever seen Stephen Colbert when he asked the kids to make a movie? Have you ever seen that skit?
No.
It's really cute. He'll go in and ask the little kids, and they're like, "What do you want?" And they're like,
"Big robots and princesses
and a big scary shadow." And so then they'll go to Hollywood special effects people, and they'll get
actors
Paul Rudd to do it, and they'll make a little mini movie, and it's insanely entertaining. It's the same fucking thing. It's like they went to the kids and said, "We want apes," and then his daddy dies, and they all stop.
And then he jumps on the walls and jumps on the ceiling,
and then he
jumps
goes
around.
And then they throw fireballs at each other, but then they get in the water and they almost drown, but they don't. And then they ride horses.
And then it's inevitably some little girl will come and go, and then a princess is there, and it's like beautiful, and it stops.
And they almost drown, but then the lady monkey wants to kiss the man, and the man wants to kiss the lady monkey.
I'm classifying this until we get to the end. This is the worst minute of this movie, just because it's like, what? What is this shit? All right, I think
All
that's
right.
it. Let's move
I'm
on.
Sorry. We can wrap this one up.
Thursday, you can't come soon enough.
We got to
So,
get to the sexy minute anyway.
the sexy minute.
Yeah,
Ooh,
minute
what a
69.
teaser. The teaser. All right, that's it for minute 68. I literally had to look into which minute are we on. Minute 68. We'll be back tomorrow. Everyone have a great day.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Come in